I finally got around to recording the poem that I wrote for my friend Mauro Cerri of Spezia, Italy. It's called Tea, Clear the Waters. I wrote it on December 31st, 2006. He had painted a picture of me, a very beautiful picture. And the interesting thing about it was that I discovered that after he told me that he had painted this picture, that I wanted to send him something of comparable worth, and so I racked my brain to figure out what it was that I would send him, and it occurred to me that since I'm a poet, or I call myself a poet writer, or a writer poet, I'm not sure which goes first. I'm probably more of a poet writer, a poetic writer. There's a difference. So at any rate, I decided to send him this poem. And interestingly enough, both of our gifts to one another crossed the Atlantic Ocean at the same time. So this is the poem. It goes, across on the waters separates us. This is how it goes. Across on the waters separates us in time. Across on the waters separates us in time, not space, in spirit, in mind. Across paths that have never met, never joined. Still, in great respect, we search for that bond, to search for what we need or think that we do. The mysterious ties that bind us, as leaves in autumn cling to the oak. There is no yoke to hold us, no chains of unfettered vines. We find as we wander on this fertile earth, kindred souls among us, in this country and that nation, who inhabit all that we touch. Like an opening suddenly closing. Who inhabit all that we touch. Like an opening suddenly closing. We seek beauty where we can. We grasp 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 beauty where we can. We see beauty and, yes, pain. Sprinkle like raindrops on a still, too-parched earth. We see beauty and, yes, pain. Sprinkle like raindrops on a still, too-parched plain. On a desert plain or desert landscape, on a barren plain or desert landscape, sprinkle like raindrops on a still, too-parched earth. On a barren plain or desert landscape, laced with utter stillness, we solace each with one another. Take what we can from each given moment. Replenish these waters that flow like a rushing stream. Replenish these waters that flow like a rushing stream. Beyond the pale of one experience, unfolding into a complexity of experience. Unfolding into a complexity of existence. So simple in its depictions of what man has done to man. So simple in its depictions of what man has done to man. One voice speaks from this wilderness, this landscape that calls forth, each to create what is of value, all to join in the celebration of the new, the old, and all that is between. Come together as one people in these waters that thresh and roil. Into the dark and swarming waters, with the clearness of the calm, I bear my soul. A Thomas poem. T. Clear the Waters. A poem from my friend Mauro Cerri of Spezia, Italy. December 31st, 2006.